which I should start recording it. But anyway, yeah, so how's it going, guys? Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Back to doing some Jesop King stuff. Sorry, I was going to stream a lot earlier, but I forgot that I had some stuff that I had to take care of for Patreon. Can't forget those people. So anyway, what we're doing today is we're finishing up the flats. I was hoping to get this done yesterday, but you know how it goes. There's 3 pages that we're working on. I'll show you guys the one we finished yesterday. Okay, this one took a lot longer because there's a lot more little things to you know, flat in this one. So we got this page here, okay, and then the one we're going to be doing after this one, like I said earlier as well, it's a lot simpler. It's just close-ups of stuff, okay? So we're moving through this stuff pretty quick, and then we're going to color it, or not color it, sorry, add the shading and all that cool stuff, and then one of 2 things might happen. One, I might start preparing the next 3 files, or the next 3 pages, or we're going to finish the Zangief. So we'll see what's going to happen here, okay? Race Farmer, how's it going? King Eats Queen, how you doing? Second, it's a good monochrome. Welcome, my man. Art by Vartanov, welcome, welcome, welcome. And Lieutenant Tim, how you doing, my man? All right, let's get to it. Got some stuff to do here today. We got to color all this stuff, man. Just coloring stuff. That's what I needed. The crown. So what are you guys doing today? You guys working on stuff at all, or are you guys just relaxing? During the day off, you working today? What's going on? Patreon army is here. You guys are always here. It's awesome. You work on your board game. Oh, right on. That's pretty cool. Do you have anything to show for it yet? Are you posting it online or anything, or is it still in the developmental kind of stuff? Oops. How's that look? Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Trying to go as fast as I can on this. Oops, that's the other thing. Started getting back into using the timer again, and I always forget to start it up. And there was a stream. How's it going, Inkbot? Welcome in. Yeah, eh? This is what all the cool kids do. Come over and hang out on Twitch. Brutal. Let's color that there. Alright, how's that look over there? I like it. Alright, let's get the queen all sassy and ready to go. So for the board game, inking the characters now. The roughs are done. It's been 3 years in the making. So what are you planning on doing with it? Are you kickstarting it? Are you... So loud. I forgot to turn that on for you guys. Here, let's click that on. We'll move this back up. This way, when somebody follows, it's just going to scream in your ear like it did for me because I forgot to turn it down. Anyway, thank you for the follow. Is the name going to pop up on the screen or did I miss it? I probably missed it. Okay, well, let's go over here. Actress27, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. If you don't mind, let us know where you're coming from. Are you coming from Twitch, YouTube? Do you do comics as well? Do you draw? What do you do? Anyway, thanks for popping in. How am I supposed to talk about beautiful tomatoes on Twitch? I don't know, man. I know that there's no pomodoros we can. We'll figure it out, man. We'll take care of you. That's what we do here, right? Take care of people. She's from Iceland, and you came on Twitch. Oh, right on. Cool. I like hearing more and more people coming from Twitch. It's interesting. Like, I understand the people coming from YouTube, right? That's my crew. That's where we're from. All that cool stuff. And then coming over here, it's interesting to hear all you guys coming over. It's great. So anyway, welcome. Hope you have a good time. Watch me. It's basically I'm just doing coloring book stuff. Just coloring in this stuff over and over again. We'll get into some drawing. Don't worry. It'll be good. It'll be fun. I'm excited. I was at my brother's yesterday actually, and we were playing some more Street Fighter. And he plays Dalsum. I know I've told you guys because I always get salty about it, like real bad, because I just lose to like. It's just I like playing Zangief. I've told you guys this a bajillion times, and Dalsum's like almost a counter pick. He's very difficult to deal with, but I was kind of keeping up. Nothing to like gloat about, but it was good, and I had some fun. Went to go see his new dog as well. It's cool. Had a cool time. And I kind of want to get these Street Fighter drawings going too. Like I was saying before, it's nice to have some fan art in your gallery. If you guys are ever looking to do commissions and stuff, and possibly you're wondering why people aren't necessarily contacting you to get commissions, one really cool thing you can try doing is just start, if you're not doing it already, doing fan art. It does a couple of things, I think. One, it lets people know what you're into, right? So other artists that are following, you know, like most of our people that follow us. Oh, jeez.
Welcome and thank you for the follow.
Did that just jump in your guys' ear as well? Revlo, welcome. Appreciate the follow, my man. Welcome to the club, or woman, wherever you are. Same thing. Where are you coming from? Where are you at in the world? Did you come here from Twitch, YouTube? You're an artist? What do you like doing? Anyway, yeah, okay, so if you do fan art, it does two things, right? One, other artists that are following us and other people that are just into stuff, you know, like, let's say somebody likes, in my case, Street Fighter. I would like Street Fighter people to possibly enjoy my stuff as well, right? So the more Street Fighter stuff I do, you post on Instagram and things, when people are looking for, like, art, they might come up and see your stuff, and you never know if those people might down the road commission you for commissions or buy things you do, or just they're art buddies, right? Or just a community is built with stuff you like. That's one thing that's good for fan art. The second one is kind of what I just said there about commissions. I have found that a lot of people come to me for commissions. Not that I do a lot, but a lot come to me for commissions because they've seen previous work that you've done. I've had a few people ask, like, hey, can I get a picture of, let's say, Ninja Turtle? More because I just draw Ninja Turtles a lot. Not as much as I should, but when I do, I try to draw turtles, right? So all my art friends in here, it's two things you can do, okay? So fan art, just do fan art for sure. And enjoy it. Have some fun with it. And it'll help. It'll definitely help. Especially if you're streaming or if you're doing any kind of YouTube stuff or whatever. I'll tell you right now, if I go like this, hey, come watch me draw Jesop King. People don't know what the hell this is. You guys might, right? But that's it. But if I'm like, hey guys, I'm going to draw Street Fighter today, that has branding to it, right? So you can start attracting a bigger audience with that stuff too. So. Actress is saying she's a voice actor. I'm assuming you're a she. I don't know why I'm just assuming you're a she. Oh, because you're an actress? Oh my god. Oh man. it's like afternoon, and my brain is still. I was just on autopilot doing a whole bunch of like to do list stuff. So I apologize. Like, how stupid is that? Anyway, well, Rice Armor's talking about his board game. It's a card party building RPG, probably Kickstarter. Okay, cool. A card party building RPG game. That's hard to say. Is it kind of like what's the big game that everybody plays? Ah, damn. I played a version at a buddy's house. It's like the way it's built is similar, but there's different like skins. Like you can get a Marvel one, you can get a zombie one, you can get a fantasy one. What was it called? You guys probably already know, or you might know. She likes comic books. Awesome. Revlo is saying, awesome work, man. Just browsing through the creative. Awesome. Thank you. Well, welcome. Appreciate it. For the new cats that are in here too, what we're working on, I know I don't advertise enough, but what I'm working on is my webcomic. You can go to jesopking.com. There should be links below in my about feed and stuff. If you feel like you want to go check out the webcomic, check it out. I think there's like 20 something pages up already. Feel free to give it a read. You might like it. Marvel Legendary. Yeah. That's it. It's not. I don't. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not that. It's what the frick is it? Now I need to. It's like, okay, so everybody gets cards, and you can buy things with the cards to add to your deck, and you keep drawing new things to add to stuff. I know there's a superhero one, but it's like it was a different thing before that, and all these things started copying that thing. I think. Just I wish I could remember what it was called. It's a deck building game for sure. But it was something else. This is gonna like eat me alive here. I'm gonna have to like try to figure this out. Dominion? Is it Dominion? Okay, I can't do this. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to find it. I'm just gonna deck building games. I feel like it starts with an R or something. Star Realms is what we played, but I don't necessarily think it. All this looks very familiar. What is it called? The legendary one, yeah, okay, that's a super Ascension. That's it, Ascension. I could be wrong. I just always assumed Ascension was like the main one. Oh, there's a Street Fighter one. Oh my god. Fucking hell. Okay, I gotta close this. I have nobody to play these with, so I can't. That's right. The Predator and Alien. That's what I'm saying. So, that's what. So maybe Legendary is different than Ascension, but I think it's all kind of similar, right? And it's just you keep buying decks and adding it, and it's a deck building thing. It's just that premise, and then just sort of like repeat it everywhere. Good stuff. Oops, I forgot her hair in the back there. We're going to have to fix that. I was thinking of like possibly getting these streams doing like on a weekend, so we can have some music going. The only reason there's no music, in case you're watching the recorded stuff, it hasn't been posted on YouTube yet, but like the first week I was just streaming music with you guys. Apparently it was a little loud, but the problem that happened there was like it's just straight copyright that you guys are talking about before, but it's never happened to me yet on what's it called, YouTube. And it was like nobody in the world can view these things. They're just copyright. And I was just like, damn it, what a waste of time. So that's why there's no sound anymore. Just in the beginning, because I don't record it there. So anyway, on the weekend, what I want to do is look into, and I've said it before, but I'll try to put some time into it. I'm just so busy with this stuff. Is not just music, but you know everybody likes that stuff where you can request your own music and play it, just so we can all kind of have fun. Or maybe it's just me that's having fun. What was that? So Dominion was the first deck building game. Okay. So everything was built off of that. There's a buddy of mine that where I first heard about this stuff, you know, we both like Magic the Gathering. It's just it's very expensive. Like I love going to Magic the Gathering tournaments and stuff. Like all that is just super fun. I don't know if anybody here's ever played Magic. It's one of the best games I've ever played. Magic the Gathering, then what's it called? Dungeons and Dragons. So friggin' good. They're the best things I've ever played. The sad part is there's just not enough people. At least maybe that's not true. Maybe it's just me. You know, I don't make the time to find people to play with that stuff. I'm just too busy making comics. What a horrible problem to have. How's this looking over there? Okay, cool. Alright, we're still going to change the brown backgrounds, if you guys remember. We're not keeping it like this. I just needed the color fills for that. Race Farmer, Jonathan, do you think posting work in progress, then inks, then colored posts on Instagram, spamming too much, would it annoy people? Is that triple dipping? Let me ask you this. Are you talking about like back to back to back? Like you're going to post that, then you're going to post that, then you're going to post that? Or are you going to do it like maybe over an entire day you're going to make those posts? Or over a couple days you'll make those posts? Monochrome same, it's just my brother and me. Yeah, so like if I had my brother, or maybe you know I might be able to try to get my girlfriend into it. She likes board games and I like Magic, but I know Magic's too complicated for her. Not that she's stupid or the game's super complicated. Just some people, they gravitate towards like Uno. Like just the rule set is so small that you just enjoy and have fun. And I think some of these deck building games are like that. So maybe I'll try that. And maybe she'll be my excuse. I know there's so much of that stuff. You can sink so much money into that. Okay, so you're talking about over a couple of days posting process. Personally, that's what I do. I do it, and I haven't heard. One thing I'll add to it is this as well. Okay, is I actually had a Patreon meeting last night, and it was kind of talked. It's similar to what you're asking. It's not the same at all, but there's similarities there. And what I would recommend anyway, okay, is really it's stop really worrying about what other people might consider spammy and just do what you want to do. You're going to get feedback right away. If you start to notice people start following you, then you're doing something right. If you try this for like, let's say 2 weeks, and you're putting hashtags and all that stuff, especially on Instagram, you're putting all that stuff out there, and and actually keep track of your follower account so you can actually look back and go, oh well, there's like I'm actually losing people, right? Just write down on a piece of paper. That's all it needs to be. Okay, just write on a piece of paper how many followers you currently have. And then do like a little experiment. Give yourself 2 weeks of what you consider spamming and watch your follower account and just write it down every day. It's just one thing before you go to bed or when you wake up, when you're on the toilet, right? And just write a number down. And after 2 weeks, look and you can see what you started with and where you're at. If it's around the same, then keep doing it. If it's going up, then definitely keep doing it. If it's going down, then stop. The people that are going to unfriend you because you're spamming, chances are, I would imagine, they're probably having a bad day or something anyway, right? They're seeing what you're doing and it's just getting like, ugh, they don't like, but then why are they following you to start with? You know what I'm saying? So I would go that route. You haven't played D&D since 8th edition? I don't know if I played 8th edition. Is 8th edition the one with the cards? No, Race Farmer, I agree with you too, man. Yeah. I'm a firm believer of updating once a day. If possible, sometimes you forget or whatever, but try to post something every day, and sometimes you're working on the same thing. So an update post it's cool. Lots of people do it already. So don't feel like you're really, you'll just be catching up. So I wouldn't really worry about it. And I don't know, what does everybody in the chat think? What do you guys do? Do you consider that spammy? Do you guys do that? Do you post process of the same picture over a couple days and stuff? Because one of the main things that's difficult to do, but we all, like all of us artists and stuff, we have to be aware of this, is as much as maybe people don't want it to be, art's a competition, right? And posting quality 100% is important. To me, I put a little bit of extra emphasis as well as staying in people's minds if it's possible. I'd rather not people forget me. Not like a loneliness kind of thing, but I'd rather people just kind of like maybe be interested more so in what I'm posting and seeing what happens that way. But to be fair, there's another argument too that can be made is just because you're not posting every day, I would still say as long as when you do post, it's substantial, like it's like finished pieces or something. It's not just sketching in my sketchbook again today. art hashtag art life and stuff, and then like nobody hears from you for like a week or 2 weeks, and then you post the same thing, sketchbooking today, and that's all you do. That comes across, and there's nothing wrong with this if this is what you want to do, but that comes across as like a hobby artist sort of thing. And if you want to be a hobby artist, there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think at all. But if you want to try to like, I guess, make a career or a living or get commissions from people or anything like that, then you have to play the social game. And everybody's attention is whatever. One thing that you can do as well is pretend to like actually start doing stuff the way you consume social media, right? So if let's say Instagram, let's talk about Instagram for a second. Let's say, actually, this will be different for everybody. What do you do when you first load Instagram up? Do you go down your feed? Do you search for certain people? Do you all those kinds of things? And whatever you're doing, just start thinking that way when you're trying to come up with your decisions and stuff of what you're going to be posting. If that makes sense. Where's this one going? It's going like way over there. I wanna take you. So I would pick up the Dark Souls board game if anyone. There's a Dark Souls board game. You haven't played Magic since the 8th last deck was Goblin Biding. Oh God, when was that? That sounds like a long way. Inkbot, I don't post regularly enough to have any valuable input. Kappa. Well done. Well, thanks for the input anyway. Whoops, why did that happen? All layers, that's what it is. And let's get his scar in here. I think this one's pretty much just the backgrounds are left, right? The neighborhood's weird, man. You always hear people yelling and you never see them. Some spooky stuff, man. Alright, so let's get this going here. So we got all this. I know we've got our speed lines that we're going to be putting up there. So let's get that ready. Let's duplicate that action. Let's combine these. Make a Megazord power thing here. Let's go. Alright. There. Combine. Color. Alright, and let's convert brightness to opacity. Cool. Alright, so what we'll do is, what I normally do, let me just take a look off screen here at just some other panels, because I like to reuse backgrounds, like gradients and stuff. Page 27. And I've talked about this before because some people were asking, like, or asking why I do this, and the main reason that I just keep taking background gradients and stuff like that is it just sort of like, once you figure out a color palette, or like a certain effect, you don't always have to keep thinking about how to remake it or redo it. You can just copy and put it in and adjust it if you need to. It'll save you a whole bunch of time, and it makes reading the comic surprisingly a lot easier on your audience. Okay, so you'll see here. So we got that. Panel 1, we'll go back down here. I'm just going to paste it back in here. Now, let's get this pink color that this is, and we'll color that there. This we can delete. And this one, it's just like a color splash gradient, right? Rotate it maybe. There we go. I was wondering if we should put like some manga sort of like sound effect in here, like fatash or whoosh. How's that look over there? Cool. We get that. And then the last thing that we didn't grab was our hue saturation. And we'll put that in there. Kabang. Sweet. And lastly is the line art. A lot of jumping around files here. Bang. There we go. Doesn't look too bad. I like that. It's got that energy to it. Give me 1 second, guys. I just got to refill my water bottle. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Jamafly, my man, thank you. Appreciate it. Good to have you with us. Okay. Perfect. Cool. All right. Let's get back to it. All right. What are we doing again? Backgrounds. Right. Okay. So we put the text on because I'm pretty sure that last panel, this dude is just like, yeah, he's pretty upset. Do we have that red background that I use like all the time? No? Cool. All right. Let's open it up here. So if you guys remember, there's like a big red color that I like to use for the background when it's like, it reminds me a little bit of, I don't know, like manga or something. I keep saying that all the time, but like everything I'm coloring is like, oh, it reminds me of of this or that. It's like this right here. It's like this orangish red. I love it. Do not save. Okay, let's go here and panel 3. Bang. Cool. And alright, so this last one, I don't think we're going to get anything too crazy with that. Let's just get like the actual background color that's here. So it's this color right here. And man, I just can't click the right layers. Cool. It's kind of boring looking, but it's alright. Alright, let's save that up. This one's done. 1, 2, 3. We got a lot open here. New window. Let's duplicate that. I actually was. I wanted to look. I might start. I'm not sure yet. I might start rasterizing, bitmapping my inks. Normally, what you would do when you're doing that, like I can show you right here, like your inks here. You kind of go up to here to color. I changed the color, but you go to monochrome, right? And it just makes it sharper. This is what you do for print. I don't really know if it's not really needed on web, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it. I'm not sure. So what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Why is this? That was weird. Okay, let's make a new layer. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Rice Farmer is asking, is your style for your art going to be like Jesop more now? I would say yeah. It's been like this probably for a year, I would say. You know, and I feel comfortable with it. This page has a lot more shadow work going on. But in general, the style, I suppose we'll call it, that I've been drawing in lately is heavily geared on letting colorists like really show their expertise and let them do a lot of heavy lifting as well. So normally what I would do is a lot of shading and rendering, right? It puts more of the weight on my shoulders to get that correct. Whereas if you guys remember Will Robson, he doesn't come in too often anymore. But we were talking maybe about a year and a half ago, actually, closer to 2 years possibly, and we were kind of debating on like I always call it the Freddy method, right, of drawing and doing all that stuff, which is great. But we kept running into the problem of, and this is in the indie world, okay? So I know when you go to work at big leagues, you're kind of getting a better quality, let's just say, of talent. So colorists, writers, all that stuff, right? Anyway, so we're drawing there, and it's just that we would spend so much time drawing this stuff, and we would see what we were getting back from our colorists, and it was just super upsetting, okay? We just felt like we could never get things to match with people that were working with us. So what we just decided to do was like, all right, so instead of fighting these colorists, why don't we just start you know, do your line weights, do some shadow, a little bit of rendering perhaps, or whatever, like what you see, more so what you see like in this image here, right? Like if I turn off the color, you guys will get a better understanding of what I'm talking about. Like it's a lot more open. There's still black areas, right? Like it's still clear. It just, to some people, might look like it's empty or whatever, right? But the thing is, when you're working with comics, generally there's a process. It's not just this. There might be gray tones, possibly, right? But when you start adding color, it starts filling out, and a lot of that stuff kind of goes away. Plus, I'm not putting myself in this boat, but a professional colorist, when they get something that's kind of like a coloring book, they could do anything they want to really accentuate stuff, right? And it looks, in my opinion, it can look a lot better. It looks more fun, right? And that's the other thing too, is try to keep in, for you guys going back and forth, if you're deciding on what you want to do too going forward, is it's got to fit the tone of what you're doing. Meaning, you know, like bright, open, fun kind of lines are great for like Spider-Man and like adventure kind of stuff. On the same hand, like a nice Batman probably looks better with a lot more shadows and rendering, right? Not to say that you can't have open line art as well in there, but just some stuff to think about. Tyrus, how's it going, man? It's Troy. Oh, welcome back, Troy. I know it's the names. I'll never get them right. So, oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, let me just block in these backgrounds here, just so that you know, we can see these a little bit better. These won't be the colors we're using or anything, but this page is actually, it's pretty quick to do, but it should be a lot of fun. Especially once we get in here with the shadows and stuff. Hey, Pillowhead, how's it going? King Eats Queen. I've seen a lot of webcomics where horrible line art was saved by awesome coloring. Yeah. And it does go the other way as well, I will say. But yes, I know what you're saying. Pillowhead, my man. Inkbot had a minor coding breakthrough earlier. Celebrated by watching Samurai Jack. There you go. Nice. Congrats, man. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I don't think we're going to need this up anymore. Let's get rid of that. It's in the way. This chair is super creaky. Can you guys hear it? What is the purpose of yellow coloring in those panels? It's just a color I picked. The main reason for it is because, like, right now I'm coloring the background, and it just colors through everything. So for my eyes' sake, just so I can kind of see things a little bit clearer, is I just put like a disgusting color in there. This could be anything. It could be green. As long as it's not blue, that it doesn't blend. I'm changing it all anyway. It's just like a chunky placeholder, so I can still color underneath it, and things don't get confusing for me. That's all. I wouldn't read too much into it. There's nothing like, there's no secret magic sauce in there. Just zoom in a bit here just to clean up some of these lines that I'm missing. Alright, let's get his hair going. Whoops. Rice Farmer, the guy hiring me for his indie comic wants me to design all the characters for free. Is that fucked up? That's 100% fucked up. I had somebody, two people actually, one that I'll talk about right now. They reached out to me asking for like how much do I charge for like comics and stuff, because they wanted to potentially. I was on like a list of other artists that they were considering, which is always great, right? And they're just seeing who's available, what's their rates, so that they can fit in their budget and, you know, counter offer and all the blah blah blah. So they asked how much I charged, and I told them, you know, how much I charged to do like what parts of the project and stuff. But then I asked, because people always they always do this. Actually, it's very rare that you get somebody that has all their shit ready to go. Like they have a script, they've got concept art done. There's so many people that don't even consider concept art part of comics. It's like, here's my script, I'm gonna go find an artist, and then the artist is gonna get it, and it's like, it's I don't know, it's Eggplant Man, the comic book, right? So it's like, okay, so Eggplant Man shows up, right? So I'm the artist, and I sit there and I'm like, well, what does Eggplant Man look like? And it's just assumed that, oh, well, you're the artist, right? So just make it up. And you're like, but that's not how concept art works, and that's why concept art exists in everything. Even Marvel DC has it, okay? Anyway, so all that's to say is 100%. I almost think, and you guys can debate me on this as well, for concept art, and you'll probably scare away some customers doing this, but I think your concept art should be more than what you're charging per page. So let's just throw a number out there. Let's say a nice round number. Let's say you're doing $100 a page. I think your concept art should probably be maybe 150 bucks, maybe 200. I know that sounds absolutely insane, but hear me out. It's like a logo. If you design something, that character is going to look that way for a while. What if it picks off? What if it nobody's like looking to hire an artist to like, let's just make a comic together, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? A lot of people are hoping that that's their break. Imagine you're the person that designed Spider-Man. Like, it's different when you're at like Marvel DC, you're getting paid under all that stuff, right? But for indie stuff, it's different. And this is the other side. If people aren't willing to pay you for concept art for their design, they're not taking their shit as seriously as they should. They're basically saying, you know, I'm okay with mediocre or just good enough. And that's up to you to make that call. I'm not saying you have to do these things. It's a suggestion. It'll scare away a lot of people that aren't literally as serious as they think that they're pretending to actually be. You're calling people out when you start saying, oh, also, these are the services I provide. Do you have character designs done? It's different for like an Aunt May character, right? Like it's an old woman. Got it. But when it's Spider-Man, when it's Jesop King, when it's the Hulk, they need a look. And those are, if this picks up, which everybody hopes it does, because nobody's doing this shit just like, I hope, whatever. Everybody's hoping for great success with this stuff, right? If that stuff picks up, like it's like a logo, like I said. The Nike swoosh is a great example. Doesn't matter what it's on, you'll know what it is right by looking at that thing. It's important. It's important. And a lot of people, they might not pay for what you're saying. Either way, you could still, if you think that's too much, charge for at least what you charge for doing a comic book page. That's all I'm saying. And again, all that's in context. It goes with yesterday, we were talking about this. All that's one thing. On the other side, if you need money to because you need food on your table, or you got bills you got to pay, do what you got to do. But just don't do it for free. I would never do anything for free. There's zero reason nowadays with the internet to do a single thing for free. Unless it's like Marvel. I'll just use them. Like, would you mind doing like a 5-page sample for us, just so we can see how you do our Spider-Man? That's different. That's your call, right? Because you know that there's a chance at the end of that there's something bigger that you can get. When you're getting a nobody, even if they're well mannered and they're on the internet, they're as sad as it is. We're all nobodies, unless you. Whoops, here we go.
Welcome, and thank you for the follow.
Hey, Bach 20 or 99, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate the follow, my man. Please let everybody know in the chat where you're from. Did you come here from Twitch? You here from YouTube? You draw yourself? What do you do? Just introduce yourself, say hi. Don't be shy. Pull up an art desk, grab a pencil, get some coffee going, tea, some water if you like. But welcome. Where was I going with all that? What was I saying? Forget what I was saying. I'll just shut up. Basically, if you need this money to eat and you need to get through the week, and this money would help, make it a little easier, nobody can judge you for that. But if that's not the case, you can be making your own shit. You don't even really need people anymore. That's one benefit of artists nowadays in the internet. You literally don't need anybody anymore. You can be the creative team. Writers, on the other hand, I'm not looking down on writers. Writers are very important. Absolutely. However, us artists with the internet have been given a great gift. You get to make everything. And you can make a living doing that. Is that working over there? Yeah. Okay. Let me just catch up with you guys. Looks like Jesop is going to lose his shit. Absolutely. Inkbot, concept art is essentially the blueprints for the visual look. Makes total sense to charge more for that. I agree. And most people won't see it that way. I'll tell you that right now. And if you want that money, you're going to have to convince people, too, of that. Just be aware of that. It's not just like bang, convince them, you know. It's not that hard to convince people to, you know, buck up and pay what's really important, you know. You're not trying to and let people know, because people, like, you're all strangers talking to people and giving money to people that you don't know. You just, everybody's hoping for the best, right? You just let them know that you're not here to take money. You know, I want this book to be amazing, just like you do. Or else, why would you be making comics? You want this to potentially leapfrog you into working with publishers or something. Like, everything builds off everything, right? So, if you don't have the money now, that's fine. Just contact me when you do, and then it's up to them. Then you're putting it back in their court, putting the ball back in their court. You don't have to feel guilty. You shouldn't. The amount of hours that we take to draw to get better, guys, like, that's where money is in comics and stuff like that. It's stuff that you don't necessarily see. The page rate's the page rate. You're just doing the work, right? And there's a lot of work in comics. We all know that. So that's why concept artists go that route, man, because everything needs concept artists. Like, everything needs a concept artist, so there's a lot more money in that field. Let me see what you got there. Rice Farmer saying, I kind of half-assed it and he was happy. He was exactly to say didn't have anything ready. Yeah, no, and what you're saying there, my man, is exactly right. You half-assed it, right? Because you wanted the gig. That's cool. And he was happy. People that aren't artists, I find that they don't know what's good and what's bad, and I know it's subjective. That's why I'm saying, if somebody's coming to you to do a comic book, right, they're theoretically coming to you for your ability and your talent. If not, they're just looking, they're typing in comic book artist, and they see artists that are posting for work, and they just spam them all. You know how we all, I don't know if you guys, you go to a forum or something, and you're looking for work, and you see all these places saying like, yeah, we got this project, you know, we need blah, 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 and you just start replying to all these people. The same can be said when looking for artists. Writers will look, and they might quickly glance, or they'll just throw it a net, and have all these artists throw shit at them, and they'll be like, these guys aren't bad, right? Very rarely do they do this instead, where they look and they go, that's the person I want for it. And do they contact them and they go, what do I need to get you on this book? If you can find somebody like that, the entire process is going to be like a night and day thing. You're going to wish all your projects were like that. There's respect and there's a reason for it. It's not just like, it doesn't necessarily just feel like, okay, I'm an artist, they needed one, just put me in that slot. You know, I would imagine more of the actual like Marvel DC stuff actually feels like that. Bach299, thanks, man. I'm here from from YouTube. Right on. And boys, I said that right? Is it boys? I cannot. Yeah. And you're an illustrator. Just finished your Kickstarter and currently doing card art for a game that will go on Kickstarter later this year. Oh, awesome! Congratulations, man. I can't imagine doing full concept for a character that might look that way forever and not do it for free. That's crazy. You should definitely get paid to create the character's look. Yep, absolutely. Hey Nemo, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I agree. And this is like, you know, like you said, you already half-assed it, you're moving forward on it. This is for everybody listening and any project you guys do going forward. Just to say it again, one more friggin' time, is there's only been one project that I've ever worked on, and it was actually the standard. And I don't know if you guys know the standard or the history, or John Lee's, especially, you know, the guy made it, wrote it, and stuff like that. You can just search him now. Hopefully you've been following him, sticking around, or whatever. But you can tell when certain people are, like, they're in this for the long run. They're in this for the golden pot at the end. Like, they want this to be their thing. They're serious about it, right? And you can just tell, but based on their history, with what they've done before the project with you and what they're doing after the project with you. Okay. And what he did is he had concept art for all of the characters, and they were crudely drawn. He did them. Like, here, let me see if I have them. I'll show you. I'll show you guys what a writer sent me. That's what I'm saying. If you can get a writer that does this. And he still paid me for concept work after this. But this is what I'm talking about. This is professionalism, okay? Let's go here. And I'm not saying all writers have to do this. I'm just saying the professionalism is that he still asked me to do concept art, but he wanted to base it, if I wanted to, off of some of his design stuff, which is, what else could you ask for, right? Regardless, the other main professionalism is when people hire you and they go, I also need characters designed as well. They know their shit. They know what this means. Those are people you want to work with, okay? Okay, let's see what we get here. Watch, we're not be able to find this stuff. Here, I don't know if I can see this. Let's go to large icons. Because I remember he sent me pictures of the main character to the standard. I remember the bad guy. That one was hilarious to draw. The Frying Scotsman. Let's see if I can find him at all. Let's see what we get here. Maybe it would be an issue 1 reference. Maybe no. Sorry guys, I just want to show you this stuff because it's kind of fun. Okay, here you go. Actually, there you go. Back matter 31. Let's open this. So this is what I put together here. Is like look like notes, and I try to put like stickers on them and stuff like that to make it look like this is for the graphic novel, to go through it to try to just make it look a little bit more creative. Let's see here. Okay. So this was what he sent me. Okay. This was his design that he had in his mind for the standard, the main superhero. Okay. And you can see I took that and then I just changed some stuff up. I gave him like because it's the way it is. This is like the Golden Age style comics, right? So they've got the trunks. He kind of had it there. The baggy kind of gloves, gave him that. A lot of lightning and stuff like that, right? I made it so the costume wasn't like skin tight like nowadays sort of stuff. And then like the Captain America style boots and all that, right? But as we kept going, we just kept refining it, and there's more designs here. You can see I started adding a little bit more like Thor. That's what I was looking at for this. And you can see this is the one we ended up going with right here, number 3. Then I was doing some concept art just to give him an idea of like what this might look like. Guy's getting shot at and he's just doing stupid stuff. I don't know if we have. Yeah, here's some more other concepts as well. But this is the thing: if you're working with somebody and they're not even willing to do this, they actually don't care about their project. Let me say that again. If you're working with a writer, primarily in indie stuff, if they're not interested to do this, or they're not even aware of this, or they're not excited to do this because it costs them money, just know that that project you're going to work on is just a check, and you're going to walk away. It's not ever going to amount to anything. If somebody's not willing to put the time into this to flesh out their story, they're not willing to flesh out their story, they don't care. They don't, no matter what they say, they don't care. Okay? That's all I'm going to say there. The standards where you first saw my name. Okay, that's hilarious. All right. The short film I am doing is, sorry, we have no budget and we're just doing it all with our own skills. And we have, last night we broke the second act. Cool, good for you, my man. I mean, in that case, you're all willing to do it for free, right? That's different. Everybody's always gonna have to do something for free at some point. If it could lead to an opportunity. Don't ever do things for free because you're building experience. I think that's probably pretty stupid, because you can do a lot of stuff for free. Like in this case for film, I'm not even going to put that in the same category as art, because it is art, but it's not drawing art. Us doing comics, you can make your own comics. You don't need a photographer or a cameraman. You don't need a lighting crew. You don't need a writer. You don't need, you know what I mean? Like there's more skill sets there that like you can't be in control of all that. I suppose you could, but anyway, getting into a whole bunch of stuff here. Rice Armor, does the standard guy ask you to do more comics with him? Actually, you know what? Like, sadly, I burned that bridge, I think, because it took me a long time to do that comic, and that was the main comic that got me really moving forward with being professional and how to fuck something up. And I was burnt out. It was like 6 issues, and I think it took almost like 6 years to do. And I was doing other projects in between as well, but I got so burnt out of that because I wasn't prepared, I wasn't ready yet. And I mean, we're still nice to each other and stuff. I didn't mean to hurt anybody or anything like that, but I would imagine he would never work with me again unless it made sense. Like something like if there's another standard book we might do or something like that, possibly. But that's okay. That's all right. There's no ill will. There's nothing he did or didn't do or won't do, anything like that. I just think we're in different spots right now. That's all. Great guy though. I recommend reading all his stuff. Great writer. Bach is saying I love the back matter pages from the standard Kickstarter, seeing the design process with that. Oh god, good. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Robert Kirkman puts the same stuff in his back matter for the Invincible hardcovers. He shared the sketches that he sent to Corey Walker or Ryan Otley for character concept. You can tell Kirkman cares about creating characters. Exactly. Yep. It's not really how do they say it? It's not science rockets. That's what I'm saying. It's interesting, man. There's a lot of people that the worst. Oh my god, the worst stuff is people that are just using the comic book to get like a movie made. In my opinion, that's like a capital offense for comics, because comics requires like things that are just so different than film that if you're not treating the subject matter correctly, it's like you're just wasting your time. You may as well just get a storyboard artist. Why go through all the time of making a comic book? It's just not efficient. Just get storyboard artists to do it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that was a fun little chat. Hell, I'll even say this. I'll even keep talking about myself. Like I still do concept art for this project, right? And it's my shit. Like that's why I'm like I can't imagine why people aren't, why they're surprised with, maybe they just don't understand what the word concept art means. I don't know. Radical Comics. Radical Comics? What's Radical Comics? Oh, that's a company doing movie pitches as comics? Yeah, for the short film, I am storyboarding with the writer. Writer, director, and I am the other writer, so we can have a shot list so we can shoot at our 2 locations. Cool, man. Let's go with this one first. Alright. Let's get these horns drawn here. How does this... Oh, I closed it. Hey Jacob, welcome to the stream. Thanks for following, man. Where are you coming from? Twitter, Facebook? Say hello to everybody. Grab a seat. You guys better be working on stuff. You guys better be working on stuff. You guys just better not just be watching and having me in the background. Don't lose your Sunday. Work on your stuff. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Let's all just chat and have some good stuff. But you better be working. Don't make me get mad at you guys. Anyway, welcome, Jacob. Appreciate it. I hope you're doing well today. What the hell's going on? Yeah, we'll just do that. Alright, let's draw this guy. All his glory. We're almost done. Almost done. Then we get to the fun part. Shading. Doesn't take that. The next part coming after this doesn't take too long. But it looks, I don't know, it's the panache, you know, it's the last part to make it just really sing. It's fun. I think it's fun. Bach is working on inking the second to last sketch for his. Okay, right on, my man. Jacob's been watching me on YouTube for years, bro. Awesome. Found you because I was researching the Freddy. Oh, my man. All right, like it. I was joking about that yesterday too. I'm like, oh, I should have just changed the name of my channel to like Freddie Williams Coattail Hanger Channel. I'm joking. I'm joking. All right, let's keep it going. Let's get here. Let's get a little like scar in here. Get the eyes. All right. Now let's get some background colors. Yeah. So you know what? I might actually use. I don't know how well it's gonna work with this glove. Let's check it out. We're gonna use this red again. It's almost like on every single page now. All right, so we're gonna go. How does that look over there? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure how I feel about it. The red makes sense. You know, I do dig that, but there's a lot of red going on. I might leave it for now. We might decide after we get the shading and stuff in there. Just keep this moving. Alright, so he's got a surprised look. So let's take a look. What colors we've used that might. Perfect. That's the one. It's like an earlier one we did too. Let's turn off all the fun stuff. Where are we? Panel 3, right? Yep. Computer's just chugging in the background. It's hilarious. Alright, I think of that question mark. Is it in this layer? Yeah, it's in the special effects layer. Special effects. This question mark's labeled special effect, by the way. How's that look? Maybe. You know, I agree. Yeah, try with purple. We'll fix it. Don't worry. I'm not 100% sold. The thing is, there's a scene where the entire background's red and Jesop's in it. It can work. I know it can work. It just might be a little too much here. I agree. I'm not saying this is a keeper, but when we move forward here, it's not really gonna matter. But you'll see. You'll see. Just hang in there. We'll figure this out. We got this. We're good. We're good. All right, what other special? Okay, so this stuff here actually, I'm going to have to edit, convert brightness to opacity so we can get rid of all the white in there. Convert brightness opacity, cool. And we're going to change this sucker to color, this sucker to color. Now, I'm just going to try the red again. I know I'm getting greedy. I'm getting super greedy with this. Because it might make more sense to have the red here as well. Because now they're getting ready, right? It's combat mode time. Do we have the red still up here? Maybe we don't. Maybe we got rid of it. Alright, well. Let's get our color wheel. We're going to go red. We'll go to the purple a little bit. See how this looks. How's that? Maybe. 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 Hey, no one panic. Alright, I'm glad I got the trust. Alright, I would say the circle, the circle backgrounds like you got in the last two panels. The circle backgrounds. The circle backgrounds. What are the circle backgrounds? Oh, like this brown town color. Let's see. Maybe, you know what? Like yellow is gonna make that pop. Let's go. Let's do this. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna use the same colors here. Just before I leave it, panel 2, it'll look better with that. It's clear. It does the old, and we'll get that orange color, and let's get our line art. Or did I put that in special effects too? Of course I did. So funny. I don't know. We might have to put in some. We might do some shadow work in this panel. We'll see. Okay, so let's just get out of here. Okay, we're gonna do some coloring now. Let me just go and check my timer. Okay, it took an hour. Let's put that for the page here. Coloring. What? Shit. I think I forgot that one. So this page. Yeah. So it was an hour. How long did this one go for? How long have we been streaming for? That's the better question. Let's see here. Really? That's it? Okay, so that can't be right. So this page here was 75. This one was an hour. There we go. Okay. Now we're back on track. Okay, so let's reset it. Let's get our pages ready here. Okay, so I'm just going to close all this crap because we're going to be opening some of this stuff again. But right now, all we're doing is just shading. And I'm going to try something a little different on this route. Normally, what I would do, just so you guys know, for the new people here or whatever, is I've got all my flats structured in a way here so that I can just, everything's, what's the word? It's clipped. Or, not cropped, what is it? Masked, if you use Photoshop. It's masked to the character. So when I shade, I can go crazy and it won't affect anything, right? What I'm going to try to do is just shade this stuff as a scene and then apply that over stuff. I don't know how it's going to work. We'll see. I'm a little concerned with stuff like this, with the special effects kind of thing. We'll see how this goes. It's all learning, right? We're always learning, no matter what. So let's get this page here. I'm going to duplicate it so that I can see it over here off screen. Zoom out here. Whoops. And we'll start our timer. But more orange maybe? Yeah, no, you might be right. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. Colors are such picky things, eh? Alright, so let's do this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn off actually all those layers. So now we just get the good old boring generic artwork. And what I get to do from here is I'm just going to pick like a gray. Just do a gray. Make a new layer, make it color. Because we're gonna, actually, it doesn't even matter, let's go gray. And since we're still under the line art, I can just shade like we normally would here, okay? So we get to do some stuff. I want to try to make him look a little evil here. So what I might do is let's try filling this in, right? We're going to cut this out. And we're going to do this stuff. This stuff's always fun. It's like a lightning bolt kind of thing. I don't even know what's causing this light source. How does that look? It might be too much. It's too much. We'll find it. just do the bottom part so the top's in shadow. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Alright, now we just adjust it. Right, so just use our eraser tool. Right, just so I can fix the nose. Oops. How's it look over there? Cool. And it's funny, this kind of thing right here just basically makes it like as if it was like a grayscale comic. Curve this because it's a round form. But do you see how we kind of started, or how I started with like just that generic line, like where the shadow is going to be, and now I'm just carving it back into what we got here, just to make it follow the form a little bit better. It's a quick way to. It doesn't work all the time, but it's good for like dramatic stuff, like dramatic lighting. It can be pretty useful. Probably shade the whole ear in actually. This kind of lighting also makes them feel like a little bit more sinister. At least I'm hoping it does. He's saying some pretty evil things right here, so. Yeah, it's probably fine. Just leave it. And lastly, we'll just do the old watercolor trick, and she's done. Actually, what the hell? That shouldn't be like that. Let's back that up. These are cast shadows. Let's just shade the core shadows. That's a cast shadow. I'm just going to test this here. I don't trust it just yet, so I'm going to, if we go up here, you guys can't see this, but so we're going to put this on multiply. We'll turn panel 1 on, and we're just going to fill it with that color. Is that right? No, color. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. I think it'll work. And one of the benefits to doing this, guys, is like It's easier to kind of see and frame stuff because it's just simple lighting, you know. Let's get the backgrounds to point a little bit more. gonna move this over so I can see it better. Batch is asking, do you have any music or background noise going? I can't work in silence. I don't, and I was literally about to think of turning it on. Sadly, I can't have any stream or music while I'm streaming, since I re-upload to YouTube, and YouTube doesn't like it. Like, nobody can watch it after the fact, so. Until we're like, I don't want to say I'm going 100% on Twitch. Obviously, YouTube's amazing. Let's turn that off there. Let's put some Testament on. Doom, doom, doom. I like keeping the possibility to see either live on Twitch or record. Okay, yeah, you're right, buddy, and I don't want that to go away. So sadly, that the cost is you guys don't get to hear music. I know you guys understand. Thanks, Nemo. Nemo, I should say. I keep calling you Nemo. Nemo, thank you, man. Hmm. Hey, Jojo. Isn't she lovely? Hey, Jojo. Hey, bud. So tedious making all these little, or putting shadow on all these little dudes. Just got a couple left. Oh man. Hey Demon, how's it going, man? Yeah, I'm the concept. They call it a designer because I do more than concept art. Like lately, the new project we're working on, I would imagine nobody here is even gonna play it, but it's all like UI and HUD design that I'm doing right now, and like it's not really concept art at all what I'm doing, but sometimes I do concept art. Yep. Just give me one quick sec, guys. Wrong button there. Demon's asking what skills do you need to accomplish my job. I don't know. No, it's really I don't know. I guess I don't know. Should have an answer for you, a lot better than I don't know. Really, from what I was told, is when I first started, it's mostly concept art anyway, right? So I guess they were looking at my DeviantArt gallery, which is super old too, not even updated. And I should parenthesis this or put this in context as well. It's a small studio, like 5 to 7 guys, and it floats around there, and it's local. So, and we're in Windsor, so a lot of like the big talent kind of like moves elsewhere. So it's an indie studio or whatever, right? So it starts mostly off as like concept art. So they just looked at my art and did they like what I could draw? Did it look like I could color a bit? And I'm not going to say I was the best person for the job, for sure. I think it was just a couple of things: timing, and I was available, and my stuff wasn't bad. I think that's really all it was. It's not like I was the guy or I applied for the job and it was like, oh wow, we got to have that guy. It wasn't like that. Like I say, it was more of like I fulfilled a position and I just happened to be available, and it was something I could be worked with. So saying all that, that's fine. And it's pretty much assumed if you see color that people do Photoshop, and I don't know. It is what it is. If the thing is, for what most of you guys are gonna go for, like if you're going for a concept art job, you're not gonna be required, I would assume, to also do UI. It'd be nice if you could, but it just doesn't make sense to have a designer, or sorry, a concept artist design like a game UI. And if you guys don't know what the hell a UI is, like any video game you've ever played, think of the menus and stuff. Those are called the UI, or the HUD, heads up display, some people might call it. I've had to do advertisements and stuff like that. So since it's an indie studio, a lot of the time you're wearing multiple hats, meaning you're basically hired on for one position, but from time to time they'll need other things done, and you might not ever know what it is. So like an example is I'd have to go onto the Facebook fan page and like just respond to people that would have disputes, or like they spent money and they didn't get the money, so I'd have to make a ticket for our developers and stuff to kind of go in there and figure all that stuff out. So it's a weird thing. If you're going for an indie studio, it's not just what it is that you're saying you're gonna do. Now, if you're going for like a AAA or something like that, most likely you're just hired for your specific skill set. Because AAA, right? Think of it in terms of like Marvel, DC. That's if I could put this into anything. So indie stuff is like your indie comics world, where people are just sort of looking for a position to be filled. They're not looking for the best, and they're not going to pay the best either. They're just going to pay whatever they pay. And if you want to make that transition to the big leagues, I guess, then that means you have to have a certain skill set, and then that kind of stuff. I don't even know if that answers your question at all. I'd like to see some of the games your company's done. Yeah, no problem. Just go to Facebook. They're all Facebook games. We have a couple on mobile. They're really just match 3 games, and the art style will look nothing like anything I do. I don't think so, anyway. So just search iDream Interactive, the letter I, Dream Interactive. I guess the main game that we do right now is Recipe Rescue. It's a match 3, so. I've showed it a few times on stream. Just showing like exactly what it is that I do, like for that stuff. But if you're into match 3s and stuff, you can check it out. If that's your thing. I'm on the Facebook page now. Are all the characters at the top? Yeah. Yep. They're all like just chibi kind of things. It's like mobile style kind of stuff. Yeah, I know it is. It's a totally different style. That's why I say I know for a fact it was like I'm just hired because uh, it wasn't my portfolio. Because like if you guys know me, if you came here from anything, whether it was a YouTube video or whatever, what you see that I do at work is not at all anywhere represented. I think in what I do day to day. That's why I say I know for a fact that I was just hired because I could draw, and really it's a gamble. Can this guy do cute stuff, right? And that's it. I'm making it sound like a it's a good job. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean to make it sound like I'm just like it's whatever. But it's not something like my specific skill set. Like this is the thing. If you're a concept artist, or you want to be a concept artist, I would imagine most of your free time is spent doing concept art. For your own gigs or whatever, or freelancing that stuff, right? What am I doing? I'm always doing comics. So that's why I say like there's a skill set, right? And to be fair, like that job's done other things for me as well, which is like learning how to color better, all this stuff. So you never know, like whatever opportunity or thing you're at right now, what it could lead to help your stuff do other things, right? Yeah, lunch sounds good, man. Like what time is it? Oh, how long have we been streaming for? It feels like forever. 2 hours, that's it. I'm like getting super hungry. I might actually peace out after I finish this. What I'll do is I'm going to pause the recording, but the stream will stay open. If you guys are interested, I'll put some text on there. Probably say like I'll be back in like, or no, I'll just stop the stream altogether because there's no point just saying I'll be back in. Actually, yeah, because I forgot I have a timer. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I'll put a timer up saying I'll be back in like 45 minutes to an hour. You guys don't have to wait at all. I totally get it. But we'll get back. We're gonna keep doing this. I have to finish these today. Period. I'm behind enough as is that there's no excuse. I have to. I have to. But yeah, my stomach's been doing that shit for like a hot minute now. And I'll put some music on, whatever, if you guys are interested to. Some synthwave. Actually, here, let's do an obligatory social post. Oh yeah, we're always putting in the work, or at least I pretend to. How's it going, man? Alright, let's try and see if this all works out. Okay, so we got all our shadow layers. Save it up again. Now I gotta pick the right shadow we had. So let's go to the last page, which is this one. Turn off all the special effects crap. And we'll go to first page, first panel. Alright, this is the shadow color we had. It's this purple crap again. So we're going to put that back. And theoretically, what we can do is we're going to merge all these no, we're not going to merge them. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Alright, so I'm going to put them all to color mode. Alright. Let's just start filling it all. And what we'll do is we're just going to move them into each layer. Let's put all the color back. Just the right one. Nope, this one. Yep. So if we put that in here, where'd it go? Up here, we just put it to multiply. It should be what we want. I'm just going to put multiply in all of these things. Yeah, it looks right. So it's panel 2, panel 3, panel 4, and 5. Sorry, this is so tedious, you guys. Alright, so let me just look over here. Yeah, it looks like what we wanted. Okay, so what's some stuff we needed to fix here? Obviously this stuff here, this special effects stuff. I don't know how I feel about it. Let's go to our special effects layer here and see what we get. So we originally had the orange. I don't mind it, but it's still lacking that pizzazz. And I think I know how we're gonna fix that. It's gonna just require some other stuff here. Okay, so I'm gonna actually duplicate this layer. That way we can have some fun with it, but we still got the original one in there that we can just, mess up. Let's take all this stuff. Manga Studio's got this, or Clip Studio's got this really weird way of doing blending modes. It's odd. If something's in a folder, it can't affect things under the folders, like Photoshop can. Okay, so we want... This has got to like screen and stuff. So let's find this color we have. This one. So let's put this on like a screen or something just to see. See, yeah, like that's what I want. I want that transparency to go through. Maybe an overlay. A hard light. Maybe just screen. And then the gun. Let's do that too, just to see. Nah. Overlay. Yeah, overlay ain't bad. The background color we gotta change though. I don't know what we were gonna use for that. Alright, so first things first, if we're trying to find new colors, right, let's go like that. We're gonna pick black, we're gonna fill everything black, change the color. That way we can really see it, because we need things to pop here, right? So, I know we got a lot of purples and stuff, so maybe like this weird green stuff will be alright. So like, that doesn't look bad, but when we turn the black layer off, let's see how it looks. Like it's super neon. You know what I mean? Like it's not. I mean, it's kind of atrocious. Maybe that green is just. I need like an action color, right? So perhaps yellow is the way to go. That ain't actually bad at all. Kind of like that. See how it looks with the tone. Yeah. Alright. May have just got lucky there. Alright, so the glow and stuff that we're going to add is on top of all of this. So let's make a new layer. We're going to grab our airbrush, put it to, I think it's, I always get these wrong. I think it's overlay is what we're doing now. And I'm going to go into like the blues. Let's just see how this looks. Overlay, I don't think is the right one we want. Screen, perhaps. Why is it? Oh, my toolbox. Let's put the color mode. There we go. That's what I was looking. I'm like, that's not at all how this is supposed to look. What's going on? Put like a little. I always like these little rings. Like it's energy. It's a Final Fantasy kind of thing or something. Let's do another one. Let's try. Let's just start messing around with some of this stuff. See how it looks, right? Like. And I don't like adding this in a lot of spots, right? So I have to be careful because I don't do highlights at all in this comic except for like special effect glowy stuff. So we gotta be careful. I don't want to make the whole thing. Need Star Trek. No lens flares. Lens flares are bad. Alright, there's one thing I'm going to do here. There's like an additional effect we're going to add on to all this, which brings this together. But first and foremost, we're going to do this. This is just like a little cheap thing we can do. Check it out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see once we start adding all the layers and stuff. Computer's just dying. Alright, let's turn all the credits off. Let's turn the panels off. And what we're going to do is we're going to merge the layers, shrink it all down into one file. This is something that definitely sucks. Photoshop's a lot better at this, but let's just get the inside here. Okay, maybe not. Let's get the inside here. Okay. And we're going to copy that. And then we're going to undo everything we just did. Get all our layers back. Okay, and then we're going to go to, let's get all our stuff back. Hey, no problem, man. Yeah, see you later, Pillowhead. Enjoy your day. So we're going to paste that layer on top of it. And we're going to go filter, blur, Gaussian blur. All right. Get like a nice blur on there. A little less than that. And then we change it to, I think it's screen. Yeah, check that out. How sick's that look? It's like this weird, nice glow to stuff. Have to be careful because I don't know. You know what the best part is with this, right? Like, you guys won't see this page for like a month and a half or something, right? So I'm gonna kind of sit on this. I'm gonna wrap the page up, finish it, because they do get guns and stuff coming up in a couple of other pages, obviously. I just have to make sure this looks like it looks cool, but in context with everything. Because once you start kind of going down a certain way, it can get a little spicy. So what I might do as well here is I'm gonna grab. Let's grab our pen here. Something like this. Because I need to tie some of these colors together. So maybe they've got like a little like glow or something on the inside here. How does that look? Hey Michael, how's it going, man? Maybe something. I don't know. Maybe I need to just put a little glow on it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there definitely are. They're magic guns for sure. So let's put screen. Let's get some purple. Maybe they just need a glow. That way they're always the same kind of connected guns. I don't like adding glows on everything. But I don't mind it. You know, okay, I'm just going to leave it here because there's certain pages that we do with this stuff, right? We're always learning stuff, right? So it's just, whatever. It's cool. It's cool. We can walk away. I know we did a special effect like this. Is it this one? No, yeah. Like, so with the scepter, I'm kind of doing that as well. But at the same time, there was a fire spell she used, so it's gonna happen. I just don't want to abuse it because once you go down this route, things can get real effed up. Like if I'm not using it everywhere, it's kind of like it just doesn't tie together and stuff, right? Hey man, yeah, everything's great up here. You actually came in at the tail end. I'm about to take about a 45-minute hour break or whatever. I gotta go eat something. Just been go. I'm feeling the drain. I need to get some simulation happening again here so I can come back and finish the rest of these pages. Okay, but these aren't done yet. The last step we got to do is we're going to go. Yeah, this is the same kind of scene. All right. So go in here and there's a color balance layer we're going to put on everything, and then what I always love it when we put the color balance layer and this texture, this paper texture, it just feels so good. So go here. So check this out. This might make this last page look kind of, or that panel we just did look kind of stupid. So I'll have to just be aware of that. So I'm going to put it here. How does that look? It might be too much. I might have to erase there, but that's fine. And then these two guys right here, this paper texture, we put that on top of everything, and it just kind of lightens some stuff up a bit. Look at that. Look how cool that looks. Like, look at this. Ooh. But what I'm going to do is we're going to select this panel we just did, and we're going to delete that because that was just way too bright in there. This way it still looks pretty cool. And this page will be done with some text. Oh, we're not done. Shit. I forgot the Zorb text we put in there. Is it this stuff? Yeah. Alright, we gotta kind of comic book this up. So what we'll do with this is we're gonna fill it with like this purple color. Possibly. Need like a dark purple. Oh my god. Zorb. How's that? No, that's gotta be darker. Can't read it. Alright, we'll have that. We'll see in a second. Then we're going to just put a stroke on it. Put a little heart attack on that. Let's get like that color. Or maybe I do it the other way because I'm not feeling it. The magic ain't there. Magic's not there. We'll get there though. Alright, so let's fill it with white then, I guess. Fill that with white. And then we'll grab like this. Maybe that'll work. How's that? That's a little better. Feels comic booky. Just get a big massive stroke on it like that. Yeah. Maybe go a little darker on it. sure. For now, I'll walk away. Cool. Okay. So save this up. Shit, I forgot one other thing. Although you'll always find stuff to change when you've done stuff. Like that. Just make it white. Yeah, we'll just put another stroke on that. There we go. Actually, we're gonna do another greasy thing. I'll share this panel. It's fun to look at. Layer, merge layers. Okay, I will be right back, you guys. I appreciate you guys. Like I say, if you're gonna stick around, that's cool too. If not, I get it. Appreciate everybody that's been here for so long. So far, so long. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I don't think I said hello to Raze as well. Raze, if you're still here, appreciate the follow. Please, in the comments, let everybody know where you're from. Did you come here from YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that cool stuff, or are you just here on Twitch, you know, like checking out some creative stuff? But anyway, I'll be right back, you guys. Let me just set up this here. I'll put some music on for you guys, some like new retro wave stuff. And all that cool stuff there. For everybody that's watching on YouTube, this portion of the video is done. You guys will get the remaining 2 pages in a separate video. And again, thank you so much for watching. Keep reading comics, keep making comics, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.